Hi, my name's Brian Davis, the amateur cook with time on his hands. In this episode, I'm going to cook another Filipino dish, beef mechado. As usual, I'm just not going to take the standard recipe and cook it. I'm going to change it a little bit and give my take on it. Beef mechado is a recipe that was made from the Filipinos called hard beef, or things like the chuck, that, and then cooked for a long time with carrots, tomatoes and potatoes to form some sort of stew. And the flavour was from soy sauce and calamansi, which is like a lime. I don't have calamansi here, so I'm going to use limes. So what I'm going to do is, they used to take big chunks of beef, typically 2-inch cubes, slit them and put pieces of pork fat inside. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get my pork in there, but in a different way. Okay, I've prepared about 900 grams or 2 pounds of beef fillet, what in the Philippines they would call soft beef. And the reason I've chose this is because I want to cook the stew pretty quickly. And you can see I've done about 1-inch cubes as opposed to the traditional 2-inch cubes. The reason for that is I want to cook it faster, and 2, the meat is already quite tender being fillet beef. So I'm going to marinate this. This is a big change from the recipe. You can see the marination recipe there on the screen. So I'm just going to put that in a plastic bag. I've already pre-prepared the marination, so that goes in. And we'll seal that up, ready for tomorrow when we cook the dish. Okay, we'll just go through the ingredients for our beef mechado. We've got 900 grams of beef cubes. I've made the beef cubes about half the normal size you would make for mechado, and it's been marinated overnight. And it's fillet of beef or fillet steak that I've used. So this is going to be quite a quick dish to cook. Traditionally, you would cook the beef for 2 or 3 hours to let it soften down. We've got 250 grams of pork cheek. Again, in the past, you would have cut a slit in the beef, inserted some pork lard, and over those 2 or 3 hours, that lard would have infused into the beef. But we've decided to go with beef cheek, which will get on cooking right away. While that's sizzling in the background, we'll go through. We've got 3 onions diced up, 5 cloves of garlic, we've got 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 2 bay leaves, 2 carrots diced. We've steamed the carrots just a little bit. We've not cooked them, but again, we're going to cook this dish quite quickly, so we've pre-steamed them. Same with 2 sweet potatoes. Again, traditionally normal potatoes would be used. I've decided to use sweet potato, or camote as they call it in the Philippines. And we've got 3 bell peppers of different colours to give some colour to the dish. And we've got a can of tomatoes, and then a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 1/4 cup of lemon juice. In the Philippines we use calamansi. So that's all our ingredients. As you can hear in the background, we've got the pork starting to render down. So we're going to brown off the pork, get some fat from it to cook the other ingredients. We may add some oil. I just want to see how much I've got. After that, I'm going to brown off the beef. Then we'll start building and cooking the dish on the stove. We've added about a tablespoon of canola oil just to help the pork cheek render down. Once this has browned off or rendered a bit more, then we'll take this out, and in the same fat we'll brown off the beef. Okay, we've now got some fat coming out of our pork cheeks, so I'm going to take them out and transfer them to the stove and then cook these with the onions and garlic while I get on with browning the beef. And we'll just go in with the... We've kept back the marinade, which we'll reduce down and use as part of the liquid in the Mechado later on. Okay, we'll let that continue cooking. We'll just go over and look at the pork, onions and garlic. Okay, you can hear the beef browning off in the background. So now we've still got some fat coming out of the pork. So we'll add in the onion, we'll add in the garlic. Reduce the heat a bit now. We'll just leave that for the onions to go translucent. Okay, I've transferred to a bigger pan. In the background in the wok, I'm reducing the marinade and what was left of the juices from the beef. Now we're just going to cook off the green peppers a little bit. Sticking to the bottom, then we're going to need some liquid soon. Okay, a small panic there. I had to quickly add the marinade reduction because it started to stick to the bottom of the pan, which is what I did not want to happen. But we're back under control now. Go back in with our beef. Now we'll build the stew, as I would call it in England. With our tomatoes, with our lemon, with our soy sauce, with our bay leaves and pepper. Now we'll look at adding some water. Let's just get all that. In a bit of water. I've decided to add some tomato paste to give it a bit more of a tomato, richer tomato sauce. So just 2 big tablespoons of tomato paste in there, because I will be adding some more water. Okay, it's just coming to the boil now. I'm going to add the sauce is quite nice. I think I'm just going to add a little bit more water because we will be adding the carrots and sweet potatoes. Bring this to the boil again, and I'm going to leave it on a simmer for 30 minutes. Then I'm going to add the sweet potatoes and carrots, and then just keep it on a simmer until they're nice and soft, which should be fairly quick. Around another 30 minutes because I've steamed them slightly. It's like a parboil, but I did a par steam, you can say. We'll just add some more. We just eyeball the amount of water that we add because this will reduce down a bit, and remember we're putting the other vegetables in. So we're just going to leave this for 30 minutes to simmer away, and then we'll be back. Okay, we've just been over 30 minutes. The sauce is nice and rich looking, it's thickened up. Now I'm going to add the carrots and the sweet potato. I chose sweet potato because traditionally it's done with regular potatoes, but sweet potatoes are abundant in the Philippines where they call them kamuti, I believe, kamote. So I thought, why not try the dish with sweet potatoes? Both the carrots, the peppers and the potatoes were traditionally used, like they were in Europe in stews, as extenders to the meat. So we're just going to leave this on now for about another 30 minutes till the vegetables are nice and soft, and then we'll have the taste test. Okay, it's been 45 minutes. The carrots needed just a little bit more time. The dish is done. So we're going to plate it up, then the taste test. But it's not just going to be me tasting this time, because I've tasted the sauce, I know the beef, I know I'm going to like it. But what really counts is what does the Philippines think about this dish. Okay, time for the taste test. Beef Mechado. The beef is soft, tasteful, really tender. Let's try some of the pork cheeks. Full of flavour. You've got the lime coming through, the soy sauce. I'm glad I didn't play with this too much, but I do think switching out potatoes for sweet potato or kamute is the right decision. As I would say in the Philippines, masarap. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching. My name's Brian Davis, the amateur cook with time on his hands. If you like the programme, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down.